Yo, 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 this is your boy Fireworks, and welcome back. This is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. And I'm sorry White Gold can't be here with us tonight, but it's gonna be me and Dizzie heading off to finish up Mission Impossible with the final reckoning. Mission Impossible 8, all right? So we're actually not going to Cinemark tonight. We're going downtown to the Lex Live. We're gonna get into the LFX theater where there's more seats and it's a way, way, way bigger screen. It's got Dolby Atmos and all that type of stuff with it. So we haven't been there in a while, so I'm actually really, really looking forward to finishing off Final Reckoning. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on it, a lot. Stayed away from spoilers and all that type of stuff, but like I said, White Gold's not gonna be joining us. I wish she was here, but she's not feeling too well and other things like that. So get well soon, White Gold. We miss you, we love you. But we're gonna meet Dizzie down there. You know how we get down. We're gonna go see the movie. You get a little bit of here, and then after you're gonna get Dizzie, and then when I get back, you're gonna get me, okay? So yes, this will be spoilers. When I get to the end of this video, there will be spoilers, okay? So if you haven't seen the movie, I don't wanna spoil you, all right? So make sure when you get to the end, click off, and then when you go see the movie, you can come back, you can check out the review, all right? So again, this is Mission Impossible 8. Where we left off last time is like, basically, they're dealing with the entity, all right? The entity is knowing his moves. He's picking different people that's messing with him. It's gotten crazy. There's 2 keys. They're under this ice. That's the thing I want to see is how they get the keys and get to this entity and all that stuff. You know, I'm really interested to see how this whole thing closes out because this is the final Mission Impossible. You know what I'm saying? So before I go down there, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up, leave a like. If you're new here to the channel, hit subscribe and tap the notification bell so when I do a video just like this one, you all will get them first, okay? So again, also for other people, there are all the Mission Impossible reactions that we did. They are up on the channel. And since White Gold's not going to be with us when it does come out on streaming, we'll get her first time watching on the channel, all right? So again, we're going to go see Mission Impossible 8, The Final Reckoning, all right? Fireworks, this is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. We back. So we just got out of Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. It's reckoned. So how you feel?
It's reckoned, man.
2 thumbs up. How you feel?
It's reckoned, man.
2 thumbs up.
Oh hell yeah, man. And you know, I have to give a quick shout out to, you know what I'm saying? I don't do spoiler reviews or anything like that. I might read a little something, click on a little something without getting spoiled, but I'm gonna just say that I was hearing we heard a lot of complaints about the first hour being boring. I don't know what the fuck y'all was talking about,
yeah.
But the thing about it is when it comes to movies like this, when it comes to gangster movies, when it comes to the in-between moments, in between the action stuff, they are talking shop. They are trying, you know what I'm saying, they're raising the stakes. It's the tension building and everything. And then when you get to the action, it makes it that much more rewarding. The thing about it is that, okay, so like this movie was almost 3 hours long. For me, it really didn't feel like
Not at all.
because everything that was going on, like I said, it was building the stakes. There was, you know what I'm saying, there was the tension and everything. When it got to the action scenes, it really went down. I'll even say, like in the middle of the film, there's this underwater sequence, right? And I would say it's an action sequence, but it's an underwater submarine sequence. I would say it's an action sequence, but it's not really an action sequence. There was just a lot of tension there. And when you go see it, like I'm just giving non-spoiler or whatever, but when you actually do see it, you know what I'm saying, you'll understand, you know, you'll feel the tension. You'll feel just that nail biting, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because like I said, you know, this team is in a dire need to complete this mission, because if not, then everything on planet Earth, on this rock, is finito. So this was a 9 out of 10 for me. I would even make it, I don't know, I probably need to go back and watch it a second time, but it's close to a 10 out of 10 for me. I thought it was a satisfying conclusion to the whole entire series. You know what I'm saying? Tom Cruise and Haley Atwell, and, you know, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg. all of them did a great job. Angela Bassett, everybody was great in the film. Like I said, you know, great action sequences and stuff. I wish I remember the name of the main bad guy, but you know what I'm saying. But like I said, it was another great chapter. It was a great final chapter to me to the Mission Impossible series. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I can definitely say it's one of my favorites. And shout out to Christopher McQuarrie, who's been the director of the Mission Impossible movies since Rogue Nation, I believe. But shout out to him and shout out to Tom Cruise for working so greatly together for so many years and just, you know what I'm saying, just really putting something great together. So go check it out. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, 9 out of 10 for me as of right now. So go check it out.
All right, you guys, I just got back from seeing Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. All right, so, well, first off, we went to the LFX. I said that in the beginning. And again, spoilers. I don't want to spoil people who haven't seen it, but we're going to get into spoilers, okay? So, people said that the first hour of this movie was slow and it didn't make any sense. You're on crack, okay? I really think that you guys, like Dizzie said, just don't like movies. It makes no sense of how you come to these conclusions about some of the shit that you say. I can understand your opinion, but when you go into detail about certain things, there was absolutely nothing wrong with anything that they did in this movie. They added a few things from the last movie, the rabbit foot, all these different things. They added characters. They showed some flashbacks to kind of, jog your memory from what has happened in these different movies. And you had characters, sons that was in here. Like, bruh, I loved all those pieces. I loved all of that, how they attached certain characters. I loved all of that. It made no sense what you all were talking about. Basically, what happened was they got the keys. They need to get to the keys to get to the submarine. I forget the villain's name, like Dizzie said, but he basically was after the key as well. And he was still acting on behalf of the entity. Now, when Ethan first got to him, he found out basically that he said that the entity had abandoned him, and so he was trying to gain control of it, basically. And then, you had Ving Rhames' character, who we did lose in the final movie, which, I respect that. But he made like I forget what it's called, but it's like a plug that goes into this thing that they had to get from the submarine that the keys unlocked, so they could draw the entity out and trap him in this 5D hard drive, flash drive thing, okay? But the way that they did everything, I think is just awesome. This felt like a part 2 of Dead Reckoning. Now, we didn't see Vanessa Kirby's character in here, which I thought was crazy. I was pretty, I wanted to see her in this film, but they kind of like toned it back down when it comes to characters. They kept Haley Atwell's character in here, Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames, and I forget the other girl. She's from Guardians of the Galaxy. I think her name was Palm that I saw in there. She was amazing. Plus, she was hot in this movie. She was really, really hot in this movie. But they kept the characters really close, and they had the other 2 officers or agents that was working in the last movie that was basically following them and trying to get on Ethan's path, or get on or stop Ethan from what he was doing in the last movie. They end up becoming basically allies in this film. And one of them doesn't. He kind of still despises Ethan or whatever because he don't believe in what he's trying to do. And basically, the entity was predicting everything. So the thing that you had to do was make it unpredictable. And they got ahead of it by getting into the submarine, which was crazy, okay? Getting this little thing that basically had the original code for the entity. And then basically what they had to do was they had to draw the entity out, right? The entity was going to fill up all these missiles in these different places. But after he did that, he had to have a place to hide. So when they basically let the entity get online, they snipped the wire, and he traveled into this 5D USB that Haley Atwell's character pulled out within a blink of an eye. All of it happened literally within like a blink. Like it happened so fast. Like I was like trying to keep my eyes open, but you know what they say, like when they tell you not to blink, boy, that's when you start blinking. But I think all the action was done well. I think all the deep moments were done well. I liked how they really kind of attached the other films and made some of these things. Like I thought it was dope that him getting the rabbit's foot from, I think it was 2 movies ago, is what kind of started or gave birth to the entity. You know, the rabbit's foot was a part of making or becoming or making the entity a real thing, which was insane. And I don't know what I thought. I thought that maybe the movie was gonna get like, I don't know, like that you would see more of the entity in this movie, but I feel like the entity made its presence in the last film. And this was a part 2 of that, which was, you know, trying to stop the entity. And I thought that the way that they did these last 2 movies was amazing. I would really give this like a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, almost 10 out of 10. There were certain parts even that I felt like where it was almost perfect. Like the scene with him and Ving Rhames where he was stuck in that cage with the bomb. I thought that scene was done so well, how Tom Cruise's character wanted to save him so bad, but he was stuck in a place where this is the point where you had to let him go because you had to do it for the greater good. And unfortunately, he was put in the position to where, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was crazy. And I thought also it was like, it's like you leave him or do you chase after the guy that basically stole the thing that helps stop the entity that Ving Rhames' character created. I thought that was awesome. Then at the end, you had Ving Rhames' character kind of narrate because he left the message on it. After you heard it, after basically they succeeded in the mission, which was crazy. Like it went down to like the last minutes. Like even Angela Bassett's character as president was about to press the button and like retaliate, but then like it's really about the position that you was in. It's like, do you fire and let the entity win, or do you keep control by not making a decision and having a decision to make? And I think that was really, really like drastic and on your edge of your seat. Like it got crazy. Like when he was in the submarine, but the submarine was doing this the whole time. So he was in this water trying to walk, trying to swim through and get to one side. He ended up going out the what do you call it, like the missile tube or whatever, which was insane. And then he like lost his breath on the way up. The thing about it is he had to get in there and get that. He had to get in there, get the key in there, unlock it, take it out and get out and then meet them at the same time. So that way he could be picked up, which was insane. Like literally. And then like the final scene, y'all can kind of see it behind me, with the planes was insane. He started off on one plane where he was being drugged by one plane. He knocks the dude out. He flies his plane and then flies his plane close enough to the other guy's plane to where he can get on the plane and get off. And I really didn't expect the villain to die like that either. And like he died kind of like quick. Like I expected him to just kind of like, fall out the air. Like no, my man hit the propeller at the end. It like shing, like went in his head. I was actually kind of shocked by that kill. You know what I'm saying? It was very sudden. But bro, I think this movie was amazing. Tom Cruise, you're amazing. I love the journey. I wish I could have watched all these movies in theaters. A couple years ago, Dizzie put me on. I watched all of them and fell in love with it. It's my second favorite franchise. Alien is my favorite. But the first time I had watched all these movies, right, I just couldn't believe there was something out there like this. And then to find out that this man is really out here doing these stunts, y'all. He's really on that plane. He's really underwater as this shit is turned into the movie. There's a lot of stuff that he did in here that you can really tell is him, bro. And that's what's really scary. Like Tom really was out here risking his life out here to get some of this stuff cracking. And I love the passion that he has in these movies. You can just tell, bro, he's like really serious. And then like you open up the movie with like him, like, you know, telling us thank you as a crowd, like thank you for coming to see it. But like I love all that stuff where he's really personal with the audience and with his, you know, customers and his fans, you know, his customers are gonna pay money to go to the movies and see his films. But like I feel like through the movies that I watched, I don't feel like I was really let down at all. I feel like I was entertained through all of them. And I feel like they're all an experience. I feel like they all have this thing where Tom's gonna do something really crazy. And it's really entertaining, bro. Like I really wanted to see what this plane thing was all about, because in the last movie, he rode a bike off a cliff. But the plane scene that they show in the teaser doesn't do it justice. When you watch the entire scene, bro, that shit's crazy. Like what Tom was doing in there was insane. So bravo to Tom Cruise, all the actors that had a part of this movie, the director, all the movies, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait for it to come out streaming so we can watch it with White Gold, because I low-key want to see it again. I might even go on Tuesday when it's $5, you know what I'm saying, and check it out again. But Bro, I thought it was amazing. And then what was dope was like when the movie started, they were like, we had a crowd, bunch of woo, woo, they were cheering. And then when it was over, that, you know, standing ovation, they were applauding in there. And I love that. I love when the audience is engaged with the film like that. It gives it a different experience for a theatrical watch. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was amazing. Y'all go see Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. It's worth it. You know what I'm saying? It don't feel like 3 hours. It's not 3 hours, but it don't feel like as long as it is. It really, really don't. I really enjoyed the first act. Really enjoyed all the acts. I just don't know why people were saying that the first act is slow. It don't feel slow to me at all. I really, really enjoyed it. So you all let us know down in the comments how you feel if you've seen the movie, how you feel about Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. And just to let you guys know, all the Mission Impossible reactions up to date, other than The Final Reckoning because it's only in theaters, is up on the channel. So you can check out those reactions. They're in a playlist, okay? Me and White Goat took a look at a few and then I did some. So you all can watch them. They are up on the channel, okay? So it's sad to see it end, but Tom Cruise been doing it forever, Brandon. He's deserved his Mission Impossible retirement, okay? The IMF, he saved the world so many times and no one even really knows that it was him. You know what I'm saying? And again, shout out to Tom Cruise, bro. I loved every bit of that. And I wish there was more. I wish I could experience more in theaters. But again, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, okay? So before I get out of here, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up, leave a like. If you're new here to the channel, hit subscribe. Tap that notification bell so when we do a video just like this one, you all will get them first, okay? So, of course, we'll be back with more content very soon, all right? Hopefully we can get White Goat back so you can feel better. And make sure y'all stay in tune to the channel because we'll be back really soon. I'm Fireworks. This is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. And I'm out.